Welcome everyone to the first Black Ops 3 video on the channel. If you want to be a better sniper, you've come to the right place. We're going to start off with this loadout that we're running, and that's going to be the Locust. No optics because you really don't need it. You can just run the standard that it comes with. FMJ for that bullet penetration through walls. Rapid fire, pop off multiple enemies. Lethal is going to be the trip mine to watch your back. Shock charge to slow them down for that trip mine. Perk 1 Ghost, perk 2 Fast Hands, and Hardwired, so you'll need that wild card. Perk 2 Greed, and perk 3 Dead Silence. Now the first tip that I have for you guys is going to be, as a sniper, to not extend or push in any way, otherwise that will happen. Your job as sniper is just to stay back, wait for enemies to make the mistake of coming out in the open, and taking them out. You're mostly going to be defense, overwatch, and puppy guarding, really, if you remember that term from being a kid.
Slow him down.
Just watching over objectives, watching over teammates, that kind of thing. And if you'll see here, I actually get up into this window, and this is really a good spot on Cryogen. It's actually what map we're on now, and this spot right here is really going to give you a good coverage of the entire left side of the map. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looked pretty interesting. This will give you good coverage for the entire left side of the map, as I said, and what this does is allow your team to push up on the center and right lanes of the map, because your enemies will not be able to go past this point. They'll try to, and they will come back, which brings me to another point of expect repeat customers, and this is why you're going to want that shock charge and trip mine setup going on like I just threw there. You're really going to want something to watch your back, and something that will cover you, because your teammates probably won't. They're going to be too busy with the objective, too busy getting their own kills, and you're really just going to want something to back you up and keep you from being killed whenever someone just decides to walk into where you're held up at. Right there, I was just watching over the teammate, making sure he gets into the location he needs to be in, and there's another quick scope, hard scope-ish kill. Guys, you're going to receive a lot of hate for hard scoping. Just get used to it. You're a sniper. You're supposed to hard scope. If they have a problem with it, who cares? Honestly, I mean, if you have to hard scope, do so. If you can quick scope, that actually works out really well for close engagements. Right here, we're going to be looking at a couple more kills before we move to the center of the map. And on the topic of repeat customers, again, right there, you just saw I killed that guy earlier, and he was coming back for revenge. Trip mine shock charge got him, and to slow him down just enough for me to quick scope him. And that's really kind of a big thing to worry about as a sniper, and something that you can actually turn around to your advantage. If you get a repeat customer and you just so happen to like the gun they're using against you, pick it up, you have a secondary, and that's why you're not going to be running a secondary on this class, which I know is really weird, but it's not really necessary. You just don't need it. Right there, same guy again. There's 2 kills of the same person in a row. Sorry. Right there, shotgun got me. You're gonna die with this class set a couple of times. 1, before you get settled in, and 2, if someone just decides to walk in and shotgun all over the place. If they do that, it's not really a good defense against it. And this is what I was talking about right here, taking enemy positions. If you can find a good position, if an enemy is there, that's what Hardwired is going to be good for. It's going to keep you out of counter UAV, power core, EMP, smoke grenade, or smoke screen, effects. It'll keep those off you so you can sneak on in, take their position, and use it against them. Now right here, we're going to be moving up to the center of the map. And right here brings me to another point. You don't want to rush shots. If you do, you're going to get a situation like this where you just continuously fire, giving away your position. The enemy knows where you are, and it's just not a good idea to rush these shots. You really want to be patient and wait on them to come to you. You don't want to be too patient, because you can die if the enemy's looking at you and you wait too long to kill them. However, just don't rapidly fire over and over and over. That just will not end well for you at all. Again, right there, shotgun. It's really kind of a weak point of this class, because you need a secondary to defend yourself when you have a sniper. However, you won't have one right off. You won't have a secondary right off the bat. And right there, what you just saw was a very lucky quick scope. I'm by no means a good quick scoper. All that was luck. Nothing more. You will get lucky every now and then. However, just keep in mind that just because you get lucky every now and then doesn't mean you will in every engagement, close range or otherwise. So these close range engagements are really going to be happening pretty often. I mean, it's Call of Duty, it's not Battlefield by any means, so you're going to have these situations where enemies will get up in your face like that guy just did, and you're going to need to kill them pretty quickly or back off and let your teammates do the job for you. If you do have teammates around, feel free to let them take a couple of kills, because you're better off losing a kill than you are gaining a death. And right here, that's exactly what I did. I backed off a little bit. Teammate got him because he had a weapon that shoots multiple rounds per minute. My weapon does not. Shoots a few rounds, maybe a minute. Right there, I picked up a secondary to hopefully use it, but that was the end of the round. We're actually winning right now, doing pretty well overall. And when you pick up the enemy secondaries, you're going to want to use that in any way you can. However, you do want to stick mostly to your sniper, especially if that's your best weapon. You have no idea what this other guy's going to have equipped on his weapon, so there's not a good way of telling whether or not you'll be good with the weapon. However, obviously, you created the sniper, you know what's on it, you know what it can do. And good recommendation for something like that, something like using other people's weapons, just use multiple different weapons. Don't use just this class setup, especially not right off the bat if you're new to the game for whatever reason, even though it's approaching the end of its life cycle. Don't just stick to one weapon. If you do, you're really just kind of screwing yourself over. I mean, if you ever run out of ammo and you don't have Scavenger equipped, or if you do want to waste the space for Scavenger, which is unnecessary, if you do run out of ammo of your primary weapon, you're stuck to weapons that you're not that great with, which is going to decrease your efficiency and your kill rate. Right there, I actually picked up the same Peacekeeper before the round ended. I can't remember if I get to use it here at all or not. No, because, again, you need to use those weapons more often. If it's a DLC weapon, you're kind of just SOL. You're going to have to feel it out and see if you can figure it out before it's too late. Another tip that I can give for you guys is going to be, if you're playing Domination or any other objective-based game mode, stay away and out of the objective. You really don't want to go there. If you do, it's another good way to die. You will not last very long with a sniper, unless you can just so happen to grab an enemy weapon and run with that. So right here, I actually make a pretty dumb decision to try and toss some stuff down there and get myself killed. So again, just stay away from the objective. It's just not worth it. It's not going to work out in your best interest. So yeah, again, no secondary, and along with no secondary, you're going to need minimap awareness, and that's going to allow you to see things like the enemy that's in that hallway. If you have minimap awareness, you can also tell where teammates have died and where you need to go to get the kill and or avenge the friendly. And right here is just going to be not so much sniper, but some bow action going on. And if you're going to be running the sniper, this is probably the best specialist weapon to run. The specialist ability I would recommend is either the Spectre's camouflage, active camo, I think, or the other side of this specialist's weapon ability combo, and that's going to be the spot, the vision pulse. Sorry, Outrider's vision pulse. And if you're using Outrider's vision pulse, it's going to spot those enemies sort of like an aimbot, kind of. Not so much with the aiming, being able to aim straight onto people, but it'll highlight them, which just makes them easier to hit overall. And right here you're going to see a couple of examples of snapping onto targets. And you don't have aim assist with these guns. Snipers just do not have aim assist or target assist in Black Ops 3. Not really sure why they went with that decision. However, because of this, you're going to want to snap onto targets, which is just a way of aiming, strafing across the enemy, and the second that your reticle is on them, pull the trigger. It's a little easier said than done. It doesn't take a whole lot of practice to master, though. It's actually the way I get most of my kills. You don't just aim straight at the enemy, you strafe onto them. Odds are they're going to be moving anyway, so this allows you to move with them, get a little bit ahead of them, lead that shot, and take them out. Now, right here is going to come back to minimap awareness, because as you just saw, I tried to place a Cerberus, it didn't work, so I was going to go right out here. Actually, this just comes into awareness in general. I go to place it, I just saw an enemy jump into that building, so I aim up on him, getting ready for him to come in, hard scoping like a noob, because again, who cares, you're a sniper, it's going to happen. Get that merciless, and I get killed. But it's okay, because that was our third and final score streak. Right here, we're going to be getting some Talon kills. Actually, just one Talon kill, maybe two. I can't remember exactly the number. But we get taken out pretty quickly in this Talon. I got too close. It really wasn't that hard for them to take it out right there. So, now that our Cerberus is already down, we're going to go ahead and switch to it. And we're actually approaching the end of the gameplay. So I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this Cerberus gameplay. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just a few more kills. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And as always, stay frosty and stay humble.